Hey, friend, welcome back to the show. We are officially in the next phase, which means we are not fixing, we are not forcing, we are not pushing right now. We're listening. We are tuning in. We are pausing. We are rebuilding that relationship with ourselves that maybe got a little bit quiet or honestly just got totally shoved into the background, which can be easy to do, and that's okay. Today, we are talking about one of my favorite tools to use, journaling, but not the Dear Diary, today was fine kind of journaling. I'm talking about journaling that feels like, oh, there you are. Or wow, I didn't even realize I felt that. I didn't even realize that is what I was thinking. Or, okay, this right here makes sense now. If you are anything like the women that I work with, and probably you listening, you've spent a long time taking care of everybody else, making sure that everybody gets, all of their stuff done, or helping them, or running around doing extra things, making logical decisions because you have to think and think and think about it, or doing what made sense on paper. And somewhere along the way, your inner voice learned to whisper or went completely silent, so it seems, right? This episode is about giving her the mic back. Why journaling helps you hear your inner voice. So let's dive into what needs to be talked about more and get into why that is. Why journaling helps you hear your inner voice. Your inner voice doesn't usually scream. She doesn't send you calendar invites to the things that you need to do. And she doesn't fight for your attention. Hey, over here. Hello, I'm here. Hello, I'm here. She speaks in feelings, tension, random thoughts out of the blue, and those little teeny nudge, nudge, nudge that you may brush off. Like, oh, no, I'm not doing that. Or, yeah, right, that's not going to happen. And when life gets busy with kids and work and schedules and expectations, your brain is a loud place. There's a lot going on up there. It's a slippery slope of getting stuck up there. Journaling can give you and your inner voice a space to finish a sentence, finish a thought, to move it, right? Not to be super productive or not to get it right, but just to be honest, just to be real. And it's not about writing it perfectly or becoming some kind of writer when you do it. It's about becoming a listener to the thoughts that come up and moving them to the paper. It's a quick story here. There was a season in my life when I was showing up, holding it together, doing all the things like I've talked about in past episodes. And internally, I felt off and I felt frustrated and restless. And I was confused because of that, because I was stuck in an overthinking loop. And I didn't have a lot of clear thoughts. It was kind of like that messy, loud room that you have, like when you're at a party and you're like, what? And you're trying to hear the person next to you. That kind of a thing. That's how I can best describe what was going on in my head. And I decided to pull this tool out of my toolbox and journal. So one night I sat down with my journal notebook that I have, and not necessarily to sit there and, journal properly, like have a journal prompt and answer the question. That's not what I was going for. I felt like I was going to explode with all of these thoughts that were going on, my to-dos and everything. Like all of the stressors was more pressure, more pressure, more pressure. And I needed to get some of this out. I needed to release that pressure, just lift up a little bit and let some of that pressure out. And so I wrote one sentence. I don't know what I want anymore, and just kind of sat with it. And then I kept writing and writing and writing, whatever came out. And it didn't even make sense. There was sentences on top of sentences that didn't even go together, that weren't even the same topic or idea. It was unfiltered. I didn't judge myself. I didn't correct it. I didn't erase it. I didn't anything. I just wrote whatever came out. And sometimes it felt really sloppy and super dramatic about all the feelings and all the things. But let's be real. Sometimes journaling is dramatic. And it can be a way to clear all of the noise, mess, and chaos out. What surprised me wasn't what came out when I wrote it down. It was how calm and relieved and clear and I could hear myself afterwards. That night, I could feel that I wasn't lost. I just wasn't listening because I couldn't hear it. I had too much going on in there. I couldn't hear my own self guiding myself the way that I needed to go. Journaling and doing that process became the way back to myself. And not overnight, like I journaled once and now I have all this clarity and know the direction and know all of my answers. It clears it out to make it so you have the ability to hear what is next. Gently, one step at a time, sticking a toe in, right? And yes, journal prompts can help. So sometimes you just put it out all on paper and you just move it from your brain and your mind and the clutter and the loud room to the paper, which can clear it out and make things quieter so you can listen. But there's also ways of using prompts that help you go deeper, that help you go to another level. Okay, I'm going to walk you through some prompts, and these can help you unlock more of that voice that has been silenced or has not been heard for a while. You don't need to do all of these at once. Just pick one and come back to them throughout the week and utilize them when you can. Okay. But I want to do a quick rule. There is a rule though before we start this whole process. So do not censor or edit or judge or change or fix or be like, no, I can't write that. Nope, none of that. That goes all out the window. All out the window. Okay. I'm going to give you some prompts to use. So, prompt one. If I were being completely honest, I am tired of, and fill in the blank. And just write. Just write. If you're not sure how long to write, you can set a timer and write until you're done. If you actually need an end time, there's tools that you can totally use. So maybe you're like, oh my gosh, I can't write for 10 minutes. Okay, just do 2 minutes and write what comes to you. And if you feel like writing more, write more. And if you're done at 2 minutes, you're done at 2 minutes. Because this one gets straight to the truth. Let yourself say the thing you usually feel guilty for admitting. Right? Prompt number two. The part of me I've been ignoring is trying to tell me, and fill in the blank. This totally opens up a door to information and awareness without pressure to take any steps or act on it. This is information. This is noticing what you're noticing. Prompt number 3. I keep telling myself I should want blank, but what I actually want is fill that in. This one is super powerful for separating all of the outside influence and coming back to your voice, kind of silencing the outside noise, if you will. Prompt number 4. When do I feel most like myself lately? Your inner voice gets louder when you notice where you're aligned, where you're following your own, your own guidance, your own ideas, in being honest with yourself and honoring that. It gets louder. So it may not be a whisper anymore, right? Prompt number 5. If I trusted myself more, I would fill in the blank. No overthinking these. First answer. First answer. I'm going to give you one more. What feels heavy right now? And what might make it feel lighter? This really helps your intuition show you direction without forcing a solution or fixing it right now, right? Let these answers come up. Let these answers come out. Let them surprise you. Let them be super messy and not make sense. And let them be unfinished. Let them be unfinished. If you feel up to it, send me a quick message and let me know which one helped you the most. You don't have to give me all the nitty-gritty details. Just send me the one that helped you the most and what you liked about it. I would love to hear from you. Now, we're going to jump into some practical tools that you can start using today that will help you with your journaling journey, if you will. Okay. So do the 5-minute voice check. So set a timer for 5 minutes and write nonstop for 5 minutes. Just start writing for nonstop. Prompts, no prompts, whatever. And just stop when the timer ends, but don't reread it. Just brain dump it out and don't reread it. Tool number 2, pen to paper only. So your inner voice will flow differently when you are not typing on a computer. There is less of a filter, if you will. So try pen to paper. Tool number 3, start with right now I feel. This will help you if you're super stuck. And that sentence alone can be enough. Right now I feel, and then you can just start writing. And a lot of times things will just start to come up. You might hesitate at first, and as soon it's like that, like time where the sand goes through and you have to get that one piece that goes through and then the rest just flows out. Sometimes it's a hesitant thing of not really sure. And then once you start writing, it's just like comes out. It just starts flowing out. Okay. Last tool is close with one gentle question. Like, what do I need today? What do I need today? Then stop and be okay with not needing all of the answers. Just ask the question and then be done. Sit with it. Don't write anything and be done because you don't need all the answers. Take these 4 tools and see how they can help you. Pick one and come back for more when you are ready. Just work with them a little bit, play with them a little bit, see how it goes. Okay? And guess what? I gave you some prompts, I gave you some tools, and yes, I'm giving you a challenge for the week because why not? I want you to journal for 5 to 10 minutes. We'll say 3 times a week. 3 times a week. Same time if you can, and same notebook if you can, or same papers, or same whichever, what have you. Your only goal is to notice what your inner voice sounds like when you actually give her back the mic, when you actually give her the space to speak. Don't change anything. Don't write to make decisions or get, what's my next step? Just to listen, just to listen, because listening is the work right now. Listening is the work right now. I want to leave you with this. Your inner voice has not disappeared. She has not abandoned you. She has been waiting patiently for you to slow down enough to hear her. And every time you journal, even if it's for 5 minutes, you are rebuilding the trust. You are saying, I'm listening now. I'm giving you the floor for 5 minutes. And that can change everything. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to keep showing up for you one honest sentence at a time. Thank you so much for being here and for doing this work and for choosing you and walking through this phase of this journey with me. And trust me, what's next for you gets a whole lot clearer from here. Until next time, my friend, have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening to today's episode. I hope you enjoyed the conversation, learned something new, or got some gems to take away that will boost your week. I release a new episode each week, so make sure to click that follow button to not miss what is coming next. If you love the show or want to share a story, send me a quick message. I love hearing from listeners. If you know someone who needs this episode in their life, go ahead and share it with them. I'm sure they would love you for it. If you are looking to connect more, check out the show notes for all the social links, my website. I would love to hear how this episode helped you and what you loved about it. If there's a topic you want to hear about, send that too. All right, ladies, now is the time to release your inner power. Are you feeling like you're behind or something's off or you've tried to do something new and you just can't get on that wagon? You just keep falling off? Guess what? You're human and life doesn't follow a perfect timeline. Maybe the year didn't start the way that you hoped. Maybe your goals got buried under real life stuff. But here's the truth. You're allowed to begin again anytime you want, whether it's July, September, December, January. Progress doesn't have a deadline. That's why now is the perfect time to join Empower Her. We meet you where you are, help you build momentum, and remind you that you don't have to do this alone. There's still so much time left. Let's make it count together.